Soon in January that TikTok is no longer supposed to be an app that people can use. And I've heard so many creators saying they want to make the jump from TikTok to YouTube. And I want you to have these creators stop talking to you about how easy it is to be on YouTube. There's also a sudden rise of YouTube videos titled YouTube is on easy mode. That's a lie. So let's talk about it. And I just want to jump off right off the bat and say that YouTube isn't hard, but it also isn't easy. And we're going to talk about what is easy now about YouTube, but we're going to talk about what's hard about YouTube. The problem with trying to make the progression from TikTok to YouTube is that YouTube is a long game. If you're not here to have an actual niche and an actual show on YouTube, you're not going to be monetized on YouTube. Only about 2% of people who use YouTube are actually monetized. So this is a small amount of people who are monetized. And even after being monetized, there is a small amount of people that actually make a real salary from YouTube. You're not about to get on YouTube, make a few videos, and be monetized. This is a process that's going to take time. You have to have a certain number of watch hours. You have to have 4,000 watch hours within a 365 time frame on your videos. 4,000 watch hours is a lot of minutes. We're talking about hours. We're not even talking about minutes, right? And then if you want to become monetized off shorts, you need to have 10 million views within 90 days. We're talking 3 months. That is not an easy feat. I'm not saying it's impossible, but the thing that's going to make that possible is that you really are in tune with an audience. You're really speaking to someone and they're loving your content. And the thing about being able to do that is that takes skill, and that takes probably doing a lot of YouTube videos before you even get there. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but I'm saying if you're not really committed to the long game, if you're not committed to putting up videos, testing your ideas and seeing what works and really sticking with something, there's no point of doing YouTube. There's so much talk about being consistent, and people think that consistency, and I'm not going to say it doesn't mean being consistent, because it does mean being consistent, but it doesn't mean just slapping up some videos. There's so many videos on here about how to start your YouTube channel, how to start your YouTube journey in 2025. And really, they're just getting views off your emotions. There's no real strategy in that that's going to allow you to blow up and be monetized on YouTube. That's just the truth, point blank, period. So I'm not saying that none of the advice in their video is useful, but it's not going to help you blow up. It's just not. And I know it because I've watched it, and I've been on YouTube on and off for so long, and I'm not monetized. So the point of this video is to let you know it's not easy. Now, I do have a good number of views on my videos, but it's not enough to be monetized. Right now, I'm sitting at 325 hours within the last 365 days out of 4,000 watch hours. So yeah. And I do have a decent following. I have 5,000 subscribers. So the subscribers, I can't get the word out. The subscribers is not the issue. The issue is the watch hours. And I know now what my issue is as far as gaining an audience, are actually having a community of people who want to watch my videos no matter what. And I realize that this is a show, and I realize that I have to change my approach. And so that's why I'm making this video, to let you know that it's not easy. If you want to join me on this journey, as I will be posting stuff about how to make videos as a hairstylist, how to make videos to actually gain an audience, you are definitely welcome to join me. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. But for now, this isn't easy, but this is the path that I'm committed to. And what I want you to know about consistency is that once you actually get in alignment with your purpose and what it is that you're going to be sharing and your point of view in the world on YouTube, this will become easy. Then it will be on easy mode because you're not stumbling on what the next video is. The way that I'm treating my YouTube channel is that it's like a business card. So yes, being monetized would be wonderful, but until I'm monetized, I have other ways to make income. And anyone who comes across this page is just a bonus. They may book me to braid their hair. They may ask me questions about braiding hair, or they may purchase my hair. I sell braiding hair and I sell human hair for braiding boho braids. So this is a business card for me. So every video is intentional. Every video already matters before I get to the point that I have watch hours. If one person watches, that's great. And the thing about YouTube is that YouTube is a buying audience. Once they're invested and they're able to sit with you for 10 or 15 minutes, go to other videos for 10 or 15 minutes, and it's like, okay, I see that this person is who they say they are, and I'm going to invest in their products because their products are a solution to one of my problems. And that's how you have to think about YouTube for the long haul. It can't be I'm just gonna make trendy videos. No one cares about your day in the life. We all know that. But they may care about your day in the life if it has some relevance to theirs. Day in the life as a doctor who has 5 kids, right? So you may be interested like, oh, okay, how do they manage being a doctor with 5 kids? I want to see what that's like. Boom, you're hooked in. But if you just say day in the life, no one cares. Day in the life. And I'm not going to say no one cares, but it's going to take time for them to care. You're not going to necessarily blow up from showing day in the life of just going to the grocery store, just doing your normal life. If you don't have a hook or some type of niche attached to it. And that's just the truth. Like, you can't just get on here and press record and think that people are going to care, because people are very quick to go past a video on YouTube. So there's an art to being able to capture attention. There's an art to being able to make a whole video where people actually stay, watch from beginning to end, and you're able to replicate that, and it's not some luck. Yes, any social media is luck, but there's strategy behind that luck. You don't just up and get viral. That just doesn't happen. So the reason that people are saying YouTube is on easy mode is because YouTube is actually promoting smaller creators. There used to be a time when you went on your Explore page was going to be filled with people that you already followed, or was going to be other big creators that they could actually rely on to capture attention. But now YouTube is allowing smaller creators to show up on your page, and I can attest to that. And the other part about YouTube that's easy right now is that they're trying to push shorts, and they're also trying to push vertical live, which I don't see a lot of people talking about. And when you go live vertically, you're actually getting watch time. I haven't figured out how all of it works and how it's going to go into my strategy for my business. But for now, I'm making sure to do it until I figure it out. You got to be okay with testing stuff. You got to be okay with looking crazy for a moment, because you don't know where it's going to take you. And usually first adopters to new features on YouTube see growth. If you can be one of those first adopters, actually stick with it, you have no idea where it may take you. And then the other thing that is making YouTube easy right now is that people do want authenticity. And I hear people talk about it all the time. But what it means is that people don't necessarily want all the graphics that YouTube used to have. Your production value still has to be up there, but it doesn't have to be so overproduced. People want to see real people telling them the real behind what they're doing. And so that makes it easy, that you don't have to come on and be so robotic. If you see a lot of the big creators, like I think her name is Vanessa Lau, you can see that she's putting more personality into her content. And I think it's also Millie is putting more personality in her content. Before, they were just very robotic. Okay, this is what you do on Instagram. This is what you do to build an audience. But they're putting in little stumbles in there. They're putting more personality so that you're not just only attached to the value you bring, you're being attached to them as a person, because people want to see humans want to see humans. So in that regard, yes, YouTube is on easy mode, but it's not easy like DoDash, who's just being able to have low produced videos where she's just in her car, or she's just wherever, and the screenshot is just her face. That is working, but that's not sustainable. We're talking about an actual show. So what's going to keep me coming back week after week, month after month? Like, there has to be some strategy behind it, and it can't just be, I don't know, it can't just be motivation unless it's really honed in. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be, you need to cut on the camera every day. Like, how are you helping me beyond telling me to post YouTube videos? Because I saw creators who are saying, yes, I followed her process, but now I'm seeing inconsistent growth. I'm seeing inconsistent views. So it's not really giving them the test and the strategy that they need to go beyond this moment of just having this one video with a bunch of views. So also, what you have to understand about YouTube, and not even just YouTube, any social media, you're going to have to get really good at being yourself on camera, and that doesn't happen overnight. So yes, when they say just continue to post, there is some truth to that, because then you do get better being yourself on camera and you're not so contrived. And the better you get at being yourself on camera and actually having people gravitate to that, then that's something that you can build upon as you continue on, because you have no problem picking up the camera. It's no thing to record a video. It's no thing to edit it, because you know how your audience likes it and you can continue to replicate that. But that doesn't come overnight. So no, it's not on an easy mode. But once you figure it out, once it clicks for you, and once you have that way that you show up that people really appreciate, then it does become a little bit easy. But know that trends are always moving, things are always changing. And I will say in the end that YouTube is worth the investment, because being able to be yourself on camera, that's not going anywhere. Digital marketing is not going anywhere. They're saying that right now it's $1 billion industry, and in the next 2 to 3 years it's going to be $1 trillion industry. So there's nothing wrong with testing, and there's nothing wrong with getting on YouTube and honing the skills of being on camera and being yourself. But I just don't want you to have these pipe dreams about it, because it's real work. And once you get monetized, the work begins, because whatever you did to get monetized, you're going to have to keep that up, and that's not an easy feat. You're going to have to do that ×2, right? It's not this mountain where you get to it, you reach the top and you get to stay on the mountain. No, you have to continue to climb this baby, you know, day after day, year after year. So it has to be something more than I just want to be monetized as to why you're joining YouTube and why you're going to make videos on YouTube, because just being monetized is not a goal if it's not attached to actually helping people. And that's what I want you to also take away with YouTube. If you're not actually on here and a part of it is that you want to help people, they're going to know. It's going to be clear that you don't really care about them, and you just care about your end goal. If you don't have community on this app or any app, you can kiss being monetized goodbye, and or at least for a long term, right? You might have a fluke, but it's just not a fluke. YouTube is not a fluke, right? You're gonna have to have community, and it's going to be attached to other people. So you're gonna have to care in some ways that people are getting results, even if it's a small one, even if it's just brighten their day. Some type of emotion needs to be felt after they leave that video, and you have to continue to do that. And that just takes a special talent, a special person, and tenacity. So I'm gonna end there. I'm not gonna rant. I just don't want you guys, and even myself, to have pipe dreams about YouTube, because I have this strategy where I'm just wanting people to have a touch point with my videos and my business, knowing that sometimes it takes people 7 touch points to join into your business or join into your community, then each time I make a video, it's just a new touch point, and that's how I'm going about my strategy. So I will see you guys in the next one, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Peace. Have a blessed day.